guys, welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we are looking at the euro dollar and also the dollar Japanese yen. But let's start off with the euro dollar. On a monthly time frame, we can see that there's this resistance level at the top. Let's just expand it a little bit, and then also what we can see is there's this area over here that acted as a support, and then it turned resistance as soon as the euro broke through it with this movement, with this downwards movement of this candle. But if I take out my Fibonacci, we can see also with this movement, what we're expecting is that the price will retrace back into this area, at least till the 50% retracement area, before it makes any move either more towards the upside or actually coming down. Just to take out these this liquidity that's in the market in this area over here. So let's just see what happens with that one. On a weekly time frame, what we can see is, like I said, we're expecting price to hop up a little bit. So on a weekly time frame, what we can see is, again, this area of support that's at the top, and we can just move it a bit more down to this side. And then also there's this area over here at the bottom. This is also some liquidity that's lying here. Price is actually moving its way or heading its way down to this area here, not yet touching it or not yet going into this area, but it's hunting that area. If I take my Fibonacci again from the high to the low, we can see that there's also this nice area over here by the 50% that acted as a support before, especially if I have to drag it out a little bit more to the left. It used to be a nice support area. Price broke through, became a resistance. So this is acting as another resistance currently, and we can see price, or expect price, to come up to this 50% area to retrace to that. Daily time frame. Now, what is happening on the daily time frame, guys? So again, like I said, we're expecting price to hop up a little bit, just to move up slightly. Now, after doing all our analysis here, okay, let's start with the top. On the top, we can see this big area over here. This is where a lot of buy liquidity is lying, just above this. Okay, this is what we're looking for. At the bottom, because that's the high, and the very low over here is another key area. Let me just move it a bit over. Okay, so this is our low and this is our high. So buy liquidity at the top, some sell liquidity at the bottom. Sellers climbed in, buyers climbed into the market, pushing the price up. Sellers climbed in, pushing the price down ever so slightly. Now, also on this move to the downside, we can see this huge void that it made. And what we could expect is price to actually fill this void eventually. But to do so, it first needs to get past this area over here. And this is also a key area that there is some that is filled with some buy liquidity. Okay, so this area at the bottom, just wanted to highlight it out for you. Okay, this is some sell liquidity and buy liquidity at the top again. But if I have to, let's take our Fibonacci, and I want to show you something. So let's take it from this low, this high, to this low. We can see that price is currently at the 50% retracement. But if we have to take our Fibonacci up a little bit higher, because we are looking at our previous high So we're looking at our previous high, and there we can see a nicer picture of price needing to come up to at least this 62% to hunt that buy liquidity that's in the market. And from there, I will see, or we will see price going down and hunting that sell liquidity at the bottom. So this is the move that I am anticipating to happen for Euro USD. So what I'm going to do is we're going to look at price, especially when it gets close to this area. There's a big possibility that price can just turn over here and start heading down towards this end. But I've got a fair good mind that price will start pushing up. Let's look at the commitment of traders. Let's see what the big banks and institutes are doing. So we're looking at the euro, and what we can see is there is a little bit more shorts being put in the market than longs. So the net position went from 87, in actual fact from 118,000 to 89 to 87 to 77. So in actual fact it is getting weaker, which means it's a good sign that price, or they are definitely hunting the sell liquidity at the bottom. The big thing is just where is price going to start turning? Is price going to head up and just tap this liquidity and then have enough for the sell to go to the bottom? Let's have a look, guys. This week coming, going to be an interesting week for Euro USD. Next pair, let us look at, there we go, US dollar Japanese yen. On a monthly time frame, what we can see is this nice, let me just draw it perfectly, there we go, move it up slightly, right about there. Okay, that was our trend line. So basically you can see this zone that that the euro was in actual fact, and it just, there we go, looks a lot better. So we can see that the trend lines was respected. It traded within that. You can see price shooting up to the upside. When the dollar got stronger, we had this weakening of the dollar, which saw the dollar rising down and falling down. And then all of a sudden, the dollar shot up as the dollar strengthened, and then obviously made a bit of a retracement. So currently, we are looking at this area over here, which is acting as a nice support area. And we're also looking at this area over here, which is a nice area of resistance. So those are the areas that we're going to be looking at, and we're wanting price to either break one of those areas before we enter a nice big old buy or sell. So what is the weekly showing us? So the weekly, from the top, what we have here is we're looking at the top high. This is the one that we are concentrating on. Okay, this high over here has been, the liquidity has been taken out, so we can see this lower low, lower high, high high, high low, high high forming over here. What we also can see is that there is a nice, this draws from here, nice area of support. We can actually carry on with this one all the way to the left, and you can see how this is lining up very nicely. So what we had is price breaking this area of support or resistance, then support. It broke it again, came down, and it pushed up again. Price had a nice big push to the upside. So let's take out our Fibonacci from the low to the high. And we can see, sorry, my mouse just got stuck there for a minute, and we can see how this area of support also falls nicely into the 50% retracement area. So from here, what we can expect price is either to push through a little bit to go to the 62 or even the 70% before making another higher low before it pushes up to make another higher high. That all depends on the dollar, the strength of the dollar, and also obviously the weakness of the Japanese yen and vice versa. So let's go to the daily. So on the daily time frame, there we go. Sorry, I had it nicely expanded. Okay. What we can see is, let's draw these trend lines. One right over there. In actual fact, this is the one I was looking at. That's about it. So I like to have my trend lines nice and perfect. Okay. So you can see that this movement to the upside, this is when the dollar started strengthening on the daily time frame. These little false breakouts came down and it broke this trend line. A little bit of a weakening in the dollar, came up to retest it. Now what we're seeing here is basically price coming up, sellers climbed into the market, and it started taking out this liquidity of all this higher highs, higher lows. So every time there's liquidity that's been built up in the market, sell liquidity, sell liquidity, liquidity, sell liquidity, and the buy liquidity has been taken out every single time. So now price is coming down. As we look at price action, price is coming down to hunt this liquidity. So this one has been taken out. This one was the recent one, right over here. That was the recent one that just got taken out. So price hunted this liquidity that was forming here. So you can see that tapping it right there. So let's take out our Fibonacci. Let's take it from a very low to the very high of this move. So what we can see is the liquidity that's been placed from these buyers over here. The liquidity is falling nice and is lying in this 50 or on this 50%. And this is exactly where price came, touched it, and it made back. It made a little retracement back. So now what we're seeing is we can either see price breaking into this trend line again, pushing the price up, and then basically had a false break or just a correction. The price will push up and carry on making new higher highs and higher lows and higher highs. Or what we can also expect is on this trend line here, price respecting that trend line, and then price starting to come back down to the 62%. The 62% is also very much in line of all this liquidity from these guys, from all these buyers that's in the market over here. The liquidity is falling nicely on the 62%, and that is where all those guys' stop losses are lying, all those buyers. So price might push down to that area, then make a little retracement up to this resistance area, or support turned to resistance, and from there on it might, push down to take out some more liquidity in the market. Or again, like I said, price might just carry on pushing up to the upside. We know that, well, not know, let's just have a look at it. Let's look at the Japanese yen. So the Japanese yen, we know that it is still in a weak state. More longs have been put in the market, but a lot of shorts as well. So there might be a slight change in the next couple of weeks on the yen. We'll have to look. But yeah, currently it's a weaker yen against the strong dollar. So any one of these options is a possibility. So we will definitely be having a look and having a look at this pair on the lower time frames, 4 hour and 1 hour, to get confirmation of what it's going to do around this area that it's actually in currently. Will it break that trend line? Will it respect it? It's going to be a key moment this week. So guys, go check out my website. Again, I've got all the information about like all my videos in there, all the categories. I've got the COT reports that we just looked at. It's there to download for you guys. It's got all the other currency pairs on there, or not pairs but currencies, that you can have a look. Like this video. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. There's some more analysis coming your way, and also on the website, in the video categories, there's a price action tab there. Just click on it to price action videos. There's more coming your way, guys. Watch those videos, get to know the price action. It's the best way to trade, guys. I mean, you're not going to get any other you're not gonna trade better with any other tools or whatever you use. So guys, hope you guys are having a fabulous weekend, and stay safe and happy trading, guys.